just a minute. I was able to get that on my, there's quinacridone. Let me show you just by comparison. That is Opus. That's magenta, quinacridone magenta, and that is cadmium red deep. And that's cadmium red light. So you'll see that, do you see how we're getting darker? Well, I'll circle back. But anyway, we'll talk about that. But before I do that, I got clean water. I'm gonna wash in, because I want to work from back to forward. I'm gonna wash in some yellow in the background. Now this is dry. I use completely dry between layers. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of wash in, put a little bit of water here, just to know that that's where the light's coming from. But over here, like, I'm gonna kind of soften that edge. Over here, it's gonna be coming darker because, so over here, as we cross the Great Divide, we're gonna become cadmium yellow light. And down here, because we're moving into shadow, there's some cadmium yellow light. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do with the background at that step. Let's see. Is it time to move front to back yet? Let me see. I know I don't have enough green in here. Let me look at this. All right, let me show you something. When I added that little, this blossomed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick up that blossom right there. When I came up with that, I'm gonna pick up that blossom with, a lot of times you can just wet an area, especially on good paper, you can wet an area, then put a towel or a washcloth or a paper towel on it and lift it up. This isn't that bad of a blossom, so I'm just gonna go with it. A little bit of this brown doesn't bother me. I think it makes things look a little bit more natural. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna start working. I'm going to start working. Okay, there is a darker green right here and a darker green behind here. And then a darker green behind there, right there. Okay, darker green. All right, that's Viridian. Let me show you what I'm going to do now with this. I'm going to come in here. All right, at this point, I'm painting around. Do you remember this was the imperfect Black-Eyed Susan? He had his wings broken. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take Prussian blue. I actually just love this color. It's kind of a turquoise, actually. All right, I see this little drip leaky thing going on here. I'm going to be watching that, but I kind of like things to move on their own a little bit. All right, I'm going to leave that area. This down here, actually, it's not quite dry because I did some work. Let me dry down here and be sure it's dry. You got to be careful, though. I got to be careful. I'm just going to stop a minute.